federal government has finalized plans to concession the Lagos and Abuja international airports to improve business operations at the airports and curb bribery. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, gave the hint during the 5th Presidential Quarterly Business Forum at the State House in Abuja. He's appealing to key players in the private sector to work closely with the federal government in its fight against corruption. Our correspondent, Gloria Umezoke, reports.
The 5th edition of the Presidential Quarterly Business Forum presents another opportunity for the private sector to interact with the government. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, cabinet members, heads of ministries, departments and agencies, as well as businessmen discussed the salient issues and bottlenecks in the system.
Our markets have to work so people can invest winning buyer, winning seller. You are right that when markets don't work, people will say, well, can the government give me a guarantee since I'm not sure the system will work? And as you know, that is not the system that works for us. Hence, you are right to point out that we need to free up the market to work so the private sector can function.
The businessmen, on the other hand, held consistent opinions on issues including tax certificate delays, difficult transportation, capacity gap in government and stiff interaction between the regulators and the regulated.
It's important for the Honourable Minister and the NRCP to have a stakeholder meeting with licensed meter importers and manufacturers, so that we can provide meters for use in the various homes and offices. That meters are lacking is something that I find difficult.
It's of new business, it's not just federal government. A lot of it is actually at the state level as well as local government level. So I want to know also whether the executive order that we have at the federal level, whether we can encourage the government to replicate those orders at the state level.
The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, while announcing the concessioning of the Lagos and Abuja airports, urged all to confront the menace of bribery.
First, we need to do a general overhaul, which is what we're looking at. But more importantly, we need to take it out of the public sector. We need to concession those airports. Fortunately, the Federal Executive Council has approved the concessioning of the Lagos Airport, Abuja, and Pt.3. So we need to put this through an open, transparent process. So we get, the best, companies in the world to come and take a look at it and see. And obviously, this is a very attractive proposition for many because this is a major hub. This could be a major hub for Africa, for our sub-region and, of course, for Africa.
The government and stakeholders might agree that the existing challenges require drastic work on both sides to guarantee a systemic change and perhaps boost hopes of Nigeria becoming one of the top 50 economies in the next 10 years. Gloria Umezoke, Channels Television News.
The suspected ritual killer, Ifeanyi Dike, who allegedly raped and killed an 8-year-old girl, was today paraded at the Rivers State Police Headquarters amid tight security. The parade comes after his rearrest by the police in Jos, the Plateau State capital, on Friday, after about 1 month of being on the run. A crowd of interested persons, including journalists and security operatives, gathered at the police headquarters to see the suspect one more time before he was taken away. The State Police Commissioner, Zaki Ahmed, tells Channels Television that his officers will not leave anything to chance.
Today, with profound humility, I present to you the most wanted ritual killer, Mr. Ifeanyi Chukwu Maxwell Dike. His arrest was made possible by God Almighty through your numerous prayers and concerns following his escape 3 weeks ago. Your positive actions in information dissemination, both in the print, electronic, and social media, so much circulated even in faraway places of the world. The consciousness of every Nigerian was awakened in the search for this mindless killer. I wish to reassure you that justice will not only be done, but will be seen to be done in the circumstance to bring the full weight of the law to bear on him or any other person implicated in the course of further investigation.
Here with the day's major business stories is Anne Wawodo.
Thanks a lot, Amarachi, and welcome to Business News. The Minister of Finance, Mrs. Kemi Adeosun, has asked states and local governments to come up with ways of generating revenue instead of depending on the monthly revenue allocation. At a meeting organized by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, she decried the fall in the distribution of the Federation account from 909 billion naira in 2014 to 302 billion naira in June 2016.
The IGR of states will be different according to the economy of those states. Not every state has a tax base like Lagos. Some states have a resource base. Some states have a land base. Some states need to look for other areas of revenue to develop, such as joint ventures and other investments. Where there is no private sector, the state has to step up and generate that revenue. The days when we could simply, and I was also a commissioner, come up every month and collect money to share are over. They're over for good. And the sooner we all adjust to it, and I know many are adjusting incredibly well, and I want to commend those who are, and again encourage those who are yet to get on the train to do so. Now, one of the biggest ingredients to getting revenue for state and local government is accountability. People will support governments when they can see what is happening to the money. It's important that we improve transparency, and of course the FSP, the Fiscal Sustainability Plan, encourages this, publishing budgets, publishing financial accounts, being open, holding town hall meetings, being accountable for the money.
Minister of Finance, Mrs. Kemi Adeosun. A Shoreline Energy Group has signed a $300 million deal with Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria to help develop gas infrastructure in Lagos State. According to Shoreline's chairman, Mr. Kola Karim, the partnership will boost the energy sector and deliver real benefits to citizens. The agreement provides Shoreline Energy exclusive rights to develop, buy, distribute, and sell natural gas in the Victoria Island, Ikoyi, Lekki, and Ekpe areas of Lagos State. In June this year, Shell announced it will focus on Nigeria's gas sector, which has the world's 9th largest proven gas reserves, instead of the oil industry. Industrial bellwethers, particularly Dangote Cement, saw the biggest loss after another round of profit-taking hits key components of the Nigerian stock market. Bisi Adebayo has the details.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Reports. In line with analyst expectations, the second week of trading in September starts with more sell-offs across major counters except the oil and gas as short-term investors switch stocks for cash. Monday's session saw profit-taking drag down the market's main index by 81 basis points, further below the 35,000 level, while total value dropped by 101 billion naira from Friday's figure. 23 decliners, including Dangote Cement, but led by Okomo Oil, contributed to the downturn against the gains recorded by airline services and 19 other equities. Zenith, Access Bank and UAC Properties were the major volume drivers to an overall turnover of 114.76 million units, sold in 3,232 deals for over 2.17 billion naira. And that's it on the Stock Market Report. I am Bisi Adebayo.
Thanks a lot, BC. Let's go to Zambia now, where the central bank says that it expects the country's economy to grow 4.3% this year and 5.1% in 2018 on improved agriculture and mining output and a recovery in electricity generation. Well, according to the regulator's economic report for the first half of 2017, there's rising confidence in Zambia's medium to long-term economic prospects, as reflected by the participation of non-resident investors in the government's securities market. And it's a positive start for most of the world-leading stocks as Hurricane Irma in the U.S. showed less economic impact than earlier expected. Let's see the numbers.